Hello best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fabulous day. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, my name is Sebastian and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every single day, so if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. Grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button. I would be very grateful. You guys, we have to talk, but before we get into this tea, girl, I want to take a second to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for just watching the videos. Listen, I post about 5-6 videos a day, and the fact that you guys take the time and watch it, and even when I post it, seconds later, I'm already seeing people liking the video. I've never experienced anything like that. So I'm just so grateful, and I don't take it for granted. And I hope you guys know that from the bottom of my heart, how grateful I am. Truly, truly grateful. And I'm just, I'm over the moon thankful. So just please know that, okay? All right, so listen. We have to talk about Kim Kardashian, girl. She's getting called out again for setting a fake beauty standard with these alleged Instagram Photoshop fails, okay? So let's talk about this because, listen, I mean, we're gonna talk about weight, body issues and stuff. So, you know, of course, trigger warning to that, but let's talk about this because I'm feeling a certain way. This is something that, that I think is very, very interesting and very true to the times that we live. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I only saw skinny people on TV, right? I only saw skinny people and I could never relate to anybody. This is my story. So, you know, if that didn't happen to you, that's amazing, but this is my story. I never saw anyone that I can look up to, relate to, or identify with, right? Gay or fat, I didn't see it, right? And that's who I was, right? So when I started seeing that other people were coming up and there was different kind of body types, because growing up, I was always taught that thin was in, right? So when the Kardashians came on, they were not your stick thin reality show people, you know, they weren't Hiltons, you know, they were different. And a lot of women got to identify with them and say, okay, you know what? There is a beauty market for everyone, right? Listen, just because Hollywood says that thin is in, doesn't mean that thin is in for everyone. Thin could be in for some people, but some people want meat on the bones. You know what I mean? So if we could just have every body type on TV and in the movies and entertainment business, then we can all relate to something, and that would be beautiful. That's a perfect world, right? Well, the Kardashians, when they were, thicker, they were praised for it. You know, they were like, thank you for not, going with Hollywood and feeling the pressure of thin is in and all these things. Well, of course, that changed when they all, lost a lot of weight. And now they're being called out for photoshopping, because they're all called out at one point for photoshopping to look even thinner, right? So they're like, what happened to that beauty standard you guys always swore by, that, having some junk in the trunk was okay and that it was beautiful? What happened to that? And I believe that's when the Kardashians' popularity started going down, because a lot of women who felt heard and felt seen by such a famous family, that you don't have to be stick thin to make it in the world or to be desired, like Hollywood was putting down our throats. Well, it's changing. Now listen, I have to tell you guys something. I firmly believe that every body type is beautiful, but I don't believe that only one body type should be, the one that is in, So when I say stick thin and all that stuff, that's what Hollywood was trying to put down our throats. I believe that Hollywood should say, hey, every body type is welcomed, right? Having said that, photoshopping. Let's talk about photoshopping. The Kardashians, of course, yes, they have definitely changed a lot. Khloe's transformation, Kim's, they're all very different than they were. And now they're being called out for photoshopping even more to look even thinner or even more toned. I do believe that it is setting a false beauty standard when you also Photoshop. Listen, if they wanted to lose weight, and they want it to be thinner or more toned, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I believe that you should do whatever you feel like doing if that's what you want to do, and that's because that's your mind is telling you that that's what you should do and you're doing it for yourself. But if you are only doing a certain thing for others and for others' approval and all that shit, I think that's bullshit. But if you're doing it for you, girl, and you want to gain weight or you want to lose weight, do it. As long as you're doing it the healthy way and you're doing it for yourself, I'm all for it. But Kardashians, well, you know, they have been changing a lot, and they are now on the hunt to be the thinnest they can. You know, there's a running joke between Kim and Khloe, you know, who's gonna be the thinnest. You know, Kim has pointed out how Khloe has lost so much weight and how she's the thin one now. So that's a definite recurring conversation that is going on in the Kardashian world. So with the photoshopping, you guys, I do have to say one thing. Listen, I think that we all have been guilty of photoshopping a little bit, right? But the thing is, why don't we just normalize telling the truth about it, right? Let's normalize it. So I really do think that the Kardashians could really, really, really do so much different in the world if only they were more truthful and say, yes, I Photoshop my pictures. Yes, I don't like how this looks here. It doesn't mean that if you have it, it's wrong. It means that because for me, I don't like it. You know what I mean? If people were more truthful about themselves, I think that we could really, really, really kind of evolve as a society, you know, especially like people that we all watch, you know, entertainers, reality stars, if they were just more truthful about their actions. And just because, you know, you change something about yourself doesn't mean that you think that it's wrong in others, right? But of course, that is what everyone is gonna jump on and say, right? But I just feel like if I had that much power, you guys, I would have the Selena Gomez approach of being honest, being humble, be relatable. The Kardashians could take their fame to so much different lengths if they came out and talked about their insecurities, talked about their Photoshop fails, talk about, you know, yes, I've lost weight because, you know what, I got carried away with fashion. You know, be honest. You know what I mean? Like, be honest. And the reason that they get called out for Photoshop fails is because they think that they're being so slick and so sneaky and they're getting away with it. But in reality, girl, they're looking cray-cray because it's like, girl, you could easily tell it's Photoshop and then you're gonna come over here and deny it. And then you're gonna look like a liar. You're gonna look like a liar who is setting fake beauty standards. Or come out and say, you know what, you guys? This photo is Photoshop. Hell yeah, it's Photoshop. Because, girl, listen, I didn't like the angle. I wanted to look a little more toned here, and that's because that's how I want to look. Doesn't mean that that's how I think you should look. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I sometimes look at some celebrities and look at their kind of behavior and look at their... I look at their behavior and I look at the way that they handle certain situations, and I'm just like, damn. Like I would have handled this so differently, and I would have done this and this and this. And I really do believe that the more real, more relatable, more raw you are, the more people will be drawn to you. And that is just a fact that I really do believe that the Kardashians are not capable of. They try and they try to be more, but it just doesn't happen. So then you have these, you know, Photoshop fails. Then you have these, these angles, the lighting, the waist training, the faja, the surgeries. Just be honest, be real, be raw. You know what I mean? Listen, I have Photoshopped tons of my fucking pictures. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with. Listen, we all grew up in a fucked up world. That's just facts, okay? I don't know one person who has not dealt with their weight. Either they're too skinny or they're too fat or this or that or that or this, their cheeks, their ass, their hips, their this. Always something. And I'm just like, girl, you know what? You know what? It will be so refreshing. Someone in the entertainment business be really raw and honest about this and say, girl, listen, I'm all the way fucked up. I have body dysmorphia. So if I Photoshop a picture, girl, just know that, you know what? I was having a body dysmorphia moment and I wanted to look a little bit different in the picture. Just be fucking honest about it. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with Photoshopping. I don't think there's anything wrong with these things, but I just feel like be honest about it. You know what I mean? But I just don't see an issue with not liking the way you look and wanting to fix it. And, you know, if you are doing it for yourself and you're doing it the healthy way, what is wrong with that? Like, I don't get it. But when you are fake about it and you try and be sneaky about it and you try and pretend that the way you look in pictures is because of your eating salads and you're exercising, then that is setting a fake beauty standard. And then that is why the backlash happens, Kardashians. So hire me as your PR and I promise you that I will change your whole career in 2.5 seconds and actually make you likable, relatable, more humble, and more down to earth, okay? Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I am very grateful and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.